Today we'll be talking about solving multi-step equations with the distributive property. Now, there are three steps to solve a multi-step equation with the distributive property. The first step is to distribute. How about that? First step to solving a multi-step equation with the distributive property is to distribute. So we have -4, and we're going to distribute that in to our parentheses. So -4 times -6x, that's a negative times a negative. Well, we know that is a positive. So 4 times 6 is 24. So 24x. -4 times 3 is -12 equals 12. Okay, so now we need to get this 24x all by itself. So we're going to add 12. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Okay. Our second step was to combine like terms, but in this case, we actually don't have any like terms. So we can skip that second step, which is why I skipped it. So we're going to add 12 to both sides. So -12 plus 12 is 0, and 12 plus 12 is, easily enough, 24. So we end up with 24x equals 24. Now we'll divide 24 by both sides because we know 24x is just 24 multiplied by x, so the inverse operation is division. So 24 divided by 24 is 1. What we do to one side, we have to do the other, and we know that 24 divided by 24 is 1, so our answer is going to be x equals 1. Now that third step, well, guess what? We just did it, is to simply solve the equation. How about that? Now, let's move on to our next one where I believe we will actually have to do each step. So, number 1 is to distribute. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to distribute just this 2 into the parentheses, so 2 times x and 2 times -8. So we have 4 plus 2 times x plus 2 times -8 equals 44. Okay, so we're just going to leave this 4. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times -8 is -16, and that all equals 44. All right, now our second step is to combine like terms. So what are our like terms on either side of the equation? Well, it looks like we have -16 and 4. So what is -16 plus 4, or 4 minus 16? Okay. 4 minus 16 is just -12. Remember, if we have opposite signs, in this case we have a positive and a negative, we're going to subtract them and keep the sign of the higher absolute value. In this case, the negative number is bigger there, so -12 plus 2x equals 44. We are now at the point where we have a two-step equation, so let's get this 2x by itself. We'll add 12 to both sides. -12 plus 12 is just 0, so we're left with 2x equals 4 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 1 is 5, so 56. Divide by 2 on both sides. Okay, 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so we're left with x. If you have a tough time with a problem like this, let's just long divide. There's nothing wrong with that. So 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. So 5 minus 4 is 1. Let's bring down this 6. 2 goes in 16 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. So we know that our answer here is going to be x equals 28. And that is how you solve a multi-step equation with the distributive property.